Secret tunnel built under a famous synagogue in Brooklyn. A 60-foot tunnel was found right underneath the Chabad Lubavitch World Headquarters in Crown Heights. That tunnel was shut down. It was filled with cement. But before all that, a brawl broke out this week. People got arrested when police showed up to seal off the tunnel. As for why the tunnel was built in the first place, that is still being pieced together. News 4's Andrew Siff live on Eastern Parkway now, where there are safety concerns also for other buildings in that area, Andrew.
Secret tunnels through the synagogue? A riot broke out in a historic Brooklyn synagogue on Monday when a group of Orthodox men tried to stop police and construction crews from filling in a secret tunnel they allegedly illegally dug to reach a closed-down women's bath, per the New York Post. Members of the Chabad Lubavitch movement have allegedly been digging a tunnel under the Crown Heights synagogue for almost a year, designed to reach an abandoned mikvah, or ritual bath, for women and expand the synagogue. That's according to reporting from Forward. Now, dozens appeared to protest the arrival of a cement truck, which a Chabad spokesperson, Rabbi Moti Seligson, said was there to repair the wall after a, quote, unauthorized passageway had been built connecting the sanctuary to nearby buildings, allegedly including a local children's museum. According to the New York Post, neighbors complained about suspicious noises leading to the tunnel's discovery. Synagogue leadership ordered the tunnel to be destroyed, but when construction workers showed up, members of the movement made their way into the tunnel to prevent the construction, and a riot began. Here's some of those worshipers interacting with the police.
Now, 12 Hasidic men were arrested on Monday after breaking into the synagogue headquarters and allegedly damaging the synagogue underneath it, according to officials. 9 people are now facing charges.
I think it was the headline from the New York Post that maybe first attracted this story a lot of attention. The headline read, "Extremist Jewish teens secretly hired migrants to dig secret Brooklyn synagogue tunnel Shawshank style." It's a lot going on there.
Look, so this story has obviously attracted a lot of interest, largely because the visuals are just so extraordinary. I mean, any New Yorker is going to balk at the idea of a fully grown human being emerging from a sewer grate, kind of Ninja Turtle style. And I think that imagery, as well as the confrontation with the police and the longer clip that we played, really sparked the imagination and just raised more questions than were answered. Why this tunnel? This tunnel was 60 feet long and 8 feet wide with a ceiling height of 5 feet. Apparently, they've been working on it for at least a year. And I think even now, days into the story, a lot of questions remain about the why of the tunnel, the necessity of the tunnel. Initially, people were saying that it was a COVID-era attempt to get around shutdowns. But if it's only been being built for about a year, it's unclear whether there were really any meaningful policies in place that would have precluded people from going wherever they wanted in New York City. And why the protest, why the escalation? I mean, I understand, okay, you shot your shot, you tried to build an illegal tunnel, the city found out about it, came to shut it down, came to fill it in. What was hoped to be gained by a direct confrontation with the police to defend one's, I guess, eminent domain rights to the underground of New York City. And there was also some concern about whether or not the tunnel would imperil the structural integrity of the Chabad house, which apparently is of broader significance to the community.
Right. The synagogue itself wants the tunnel filled in. They own the space. I mean, we got to have law and order. If they want it filled in, they get it that way. You know, I don't have any problem with the tunnel being taken care of, disposed of. I get what I'm gathering is that online there was a lot of reaction that was sort of anti-Semitic in nature. You know, a lot of people saying that Jews hiding under the floorboards, trying to get at the children in the museum, trying to get at the women's bath. I saw. Andrew Tate, for instance, made a nasty comment about it. That sort of thing, saying that, oh, here are you said there were, I think calling out Ben Shapiro saying, oh, you said that Hamas is in tunnels. It's actually the Jews in the tunnels, that kind of thing. So that's all very unfortunate. But for the underlying, for the issue itself, I mean, they get to not have. The synagogue doesn't want a tunnel there. You can't build an unauthorized tunnel on their property.
Fox Antoine Lewis takes a closer look at the damage and how the city is responding.
The Department of Buildings has now posted a vacate order just days after a series of tunnels were discovered under several buildings adjoining to the sacred site for the Chabad Lubavitch Orthodox Jewish sect. Rabbi Mati Seligson says it has been a stressful week.
Whether it was to gain access or expand the footprint of the synagogue, it was dangerous.
This video was posted on Instagram by crownheights.info. Authorities say a group of Jewish men with a long simmering disagreement dug the tunnels in an effort to break into the synagogue. Police took several men into custody. Synagogue officials would not get into the origins of the disagreement.
Young agitators disrupted those repairs, essentially desecrated the synagogue and destroyed the wall of the synagogue.
Repairs being done to the synagogue were temporarily halted after the tunnels were discovered this week. By Thursday afternoon, crews had resumed their repair work. The NYPD stood patrol on the outside of the buildings involved, as well as blocked off the sidewalk to allow the workers to continue with no outside interference, in particular from any of the accused tunnel diggers or their friends. Which for Rabbi Seligson is tough to comprehend. He says given the amount of hate facing the Jewish community at large, to have to accept vandalism coming from within his own community is disheartening.
It's immensely painful to all of us in the community. It's immensely painful to the Jewish people worldwide, and it's immensely painful to society. This is one of the most recognizable Jewish buildings in the world. And for this to happen here really strikes deep in everyone's hearts.
5 of the defendants were arraigned and released on their own recognizance. 4 others were given desk appearance tickets and will be back in court on January 28th.
It all started when videos began circulating on social media, primarily on X, showing an altercation between Jewish Hasidic men and New York police following the discovery of a secret tunnel under the global headquarters of a Jewish movement named Chabad Lubavitch, commonly known as 770. The brawl began when the group's leaders dispatched cement trucks to seal the tunnel's opening, with no police presence inside. Proponents of the tunnel then turned violent and tore off wooden panels inside the synagogue. The police were only then called to the scene and arrested 9 people. The leaders refused to say when they found out about the tunnel, although word of their existence had been circulating around the community over the past few weeks, according to several worshippers. Those in favor of the tunnel said they were carrying out an expansion plan long envisioned by Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson, a key figure in the movement. Some of the group's adherents believe that Schneerson, who died in 1994, is the Messiah and is still alive. Those who built the tunnel reportedly held this belief. They'd set out to carry out this expansion plan by connecting the synagogue to the whole empty space behind it, 21-year-old Zalmi Grossman said, adding that it was what the rabbi wants and what everybody wants. In February 2023, the founder of an initiative named Expand 770, Levi Jacobson, expressed the same desire and conviction.
The Rebbe urged that each and every Jew should participate physically and monetarily with Expanding 770.
Following the brawl with the police, Mati Seligson, a spokesperson for the group, condemned the construction of the tunnel, describing it as an act of vandalism committed by a group of misguided and extremist young men. Although social media is filled with theories linking the tunnel to child trafficking, exactly why they were built and what they were used for remains a mystery.